God be with you, lad. What can I do for you?
I've changed my mind, Sir House. I'll help you.
How gracious of you to find the time to serve your master. Very well. I'm not one to hold a grudge. You, Hal, shall be my messenger of love. You shall bear her a letter and a gift from a secret admirer.
But why me? It's not like you to be bashful, Sir Hans. You can just go and tell her,
Certainly not. Carolina is different to the others. She was educated in a convent and needs to be handled with kid gloves. Romanced. I must court her secretly. It's the latest fashion in France.
And who is this Carolina?
The fairest maid that ever walked the earth. Carolina. The butcher's daughter. You must have noticed a divine creature in the marketplace. Unless you're more interested in barnyard animals.
Carolina, I do know her. She's a pretty girl, all right, but, well, a little below your station.
Love knows no station but the heart. And you keep your peasant eyes off her. Your task is simple. All you have to do is get hold of a necklace fine enough to grace her lovely neck. I did have one that I inherited from my great-grandmother. Unfortunately, not anymore.
What happened to it?
I lost it playing dice at the inn. But you'll get it back for me. You're a smart lad. I'm sure you'll figure out a way. And I'll reward you handsomely.
Oh, all right then. Is there something else I should know about this necklace?
I lost it at dice in the Ledechko Tavern when I was there to see... Well, that's not important.
So, some dice player from Ledechko won your grandmother's valuable necklace. Haven't you learned anything from losing to Zdena, the bathhouse wench?
My great-grandmother's. And as it happens, I have learned a trick or two. But that fellow has the luck of the devil. No doubt he'll still be sitting there, swindling other folk out of their hard-earned groschen.
Oh, what's the use? All right, all right. I'll go to Ledechko, find this diabolical dice player and see what I can do. Though I'll probably lose my shirt to him.
Well, there's more than one way to skin a cat.
Goodbye.
Mushrooms, apples, carrots, cabbage.
Jesus Christ be praised.
Are you the one who played dice with Lord Capon?
Played and won, lad. Fine noble he may be, but he can no more throw dice than I can read Latin.
I can't disagree with you there. But look here, have you still got that piece of jewellery you want from him?
No, I don't. Some noble rode through here and we had a game or two. Only them dice kept falling his way. I was lucky to keep my boots. He's got the necklace now.
Did you know where this fellow was heading?
He was waiting for someone here, but when they didn't show up by midday, he rode on. He mentioned something about camping by the bridge over the Sasau River. That one before the charcoal burners camp. You might still catch him there with a bit of luck.
There aren't many fords along the river on the way to Sasau. Can you tell me anything else about him?
Fine gent he was, well dressed, on horseback. Had quite a lot to say. Seems he saw a bit of the world. And he had some interesting looking dice.
You said they fell well for him?
Aye, and no wonder. Fine dice they was, made special, all shiny and whatnot.
That's all I need to know.
Good luck to you.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Are you after something? I'm afraid my friend here won't tell you much.
Your friend? Oh, I'm very sorry. And, well, I don't want to be insensitive, but I was hoping to get something from him. My master's necklace, which he won at dice.
Your master? Who would that be?
Well, Sir Radzig Cobbler of Skalitz is my liege lord. I'm Henry, but just now I'm helping Sir Hans Capon with a private matter.
Those are weighty names in these parts. I'm Sir Anselm of Domkey, in the service of... well, that's not important. I'd like to give you... that is... I'd like to ask you for your help.
I don't think I can help you. I've got a pressing task of my own to deal with.
I understand. But we can help each other out. You see, I think I know where that necklace might be.
You do? Well, I'm all ears.
The thing is, this is all my fault. I got held up on the way to meet Alphonse. By the time I got here, I found him like this.
God have mercy on his soul.
Amen, lad. I was heartbroken and enraged by turns, tearing my hair and cursing. Alphonse was my good friend, and it pains me to know he was only here on account of me. I brought him into a certain business matter to negotiate with some people, and he agreed. And this is how it ended up. When I finally pulled myself together, I took a look around and found some tracks. I followed them to the camp of those very brigands that Alphonse was supposed to negotiate with.
Yeah, you can't trust anyone these days. So how can I help?
You can pass yourself off as Alphonse. Get into the bandits' camp and find that fucking murderer. And when you do, you'll find what you're looking for.
That doesn't make any sense. If one of them killed Alphonse, he'll know I'm not him.
No, no. They never saw him before. So whoever killed him surely took him for some passing merchant.
Are you quite sure they don't know him?
Aye. He moved in altogether different circles, among decent people. That's the very reason I asked him for help. So I reckon the best thing is for you to introduce yourself as Alphonse, have a snoop around, and come back to me when you find out anything.
Now, wouldn't it be better if you did that yourself? After all, I know nothing about this Alphonse. They'd see through me.
I'd do it if I could, lad. Only they know me, and I'm not on the best of terms with them. They'd most likely kill me on sight. Then the two of us would be dead and those bastards would get away with it.
Well, I hope I can avoid the same fate. Is there anything else I should watch out for while passing myself off as Alphonse?
The main thing is to look and sound like a noble, not a peasant, a commoner. So dress the part. No rags or rusty iron.
And how am I supposed to recognize the killer?
Ask around. I don't reckon anyone will admit to stabbing him in his sleep, but you might pick up some clue. You could have a look around for that necklace. Now that I think of it, they stole other valuables from him too.
Silver is silver, though. I won't recognize anything. Didn't he have something unique? A signet ring or chain or...
No, not that I can... Oh yes, he did. Dice. He had a set of dice made specially in Prague. It was his pride and joy. They were red and gold, bright and shiny. Not the kind of thing you'd overlook.
What can you tell me about Alphonse? So they don't catch me out if they start asking questions.
Indeed. A few details should suffice. He was from Slani, but lived in Prague the last few years. He advised people, very well too. He helped them to deal with problems, of all kinds.
He sounds like a man of the world, but I've never even been to Prague. I'm not sure I can fool them.
you can always change the subject. He was an ardent dice player, God forgive him. And he spent some time in Moravia on the service of Prokop of Luxembourg. But that was ages ago.
What do you know about the brigands in that camp?
Actually, they're not just ordinary bandits. It's a robber baron and his band. Sir Erhard Baron Bielowitz. Some of his vassals and maybe some commoners. They came here in the hope they'd have a better chance of keeping their heads.
Why don't you ask some of the local lords for help? I'm sure the Sasau custodian would lend you a few men.
There's nothing I'd like to see more than the lot of them strung up. Only I have a task that conflicts with that. And as for the custodian, I'm pretty sure Sir Sebastian is in league with Erhard.
What was the purpose of Sir Alphonse's negotiations? I'll need to know that.
Look, Henry, you'd best avoid that subject if at all possible. Just find the murderer for me, get your necklace, and I'll take care of the rest.
It'll be a bit hard to avoid that, since it was supposed to be the entire purpose of his visit.
True. Well, Alphonse was supposed to talk Erhard into moving his robbing raids towards Benishov, especially holding up merchants' wagons heading for Prague. In return, he was to offer a reward of up to 12,000 groschen and safe haven in Pilgrims.
I see. So you work for someone in Pilgrims?
No, neither Pilgrims nor Benishov, nor Vlachim for that matter. It's a bit complicated. Damn politics.
My word. The whole thing sounds like quite a twisted affair.
So are you going to help me?
I'll help you. I'll have to go, though, to look for the necklace anyway. And this seems as good a way as any.
Thanks 1,000-fold. And for the love of God, don't get caught. I'd never forgive myself if another man lost his life on my account. If it starts to look risky, take to your heels.
I'll bear that in mind. Looks like he died without a struggle. Maybe killed in his sleep. They took everything he had. Money, jewelry, even his boots. Someone was searching for something here. Were they out to rob him of everything he had? Or something in particular? Could it be someone was trying to get rid of something here? Yeah. Would I be right in assuming this is the encampment of Sir
What's going
Erhard,
on
Baron Belevets?
And you'd be who then?
Hey, who's that?
I am Sir Alphonse, and I'm here to parley with Sir Erhard of Belevets.
No offense, sir, but you don't look much like no lord to me.
I am travelling in disguise. That is, incognito. No one must know where I am bound, or from whence.
What's going on
Where?
All the way from Prague, eh?
Prague, yes, quite. But I travelled via Guren, thinking it the less hazardous route, comparatively.
Oh, aye. The roads ain't safe at all these days. There's all sorts of rabble waiting to rob unwary folk and even kill them.
Indeed, indeed, I concur. One must be wary, well, cautious, even, when travelling.
Right then. But you'll have to wait a while. Sir Erhard is busy at the moment.
No matter, I shall just,
But it's easy to pass the time here. There's always a dice game going on with nice things
What's
being
going
wagered.
on there?
I had my eye on a fine pair of gauntlets and some old piece of jewellery.
Jewellery, you say?
That's right. Just go and see old Blaha, the fella sitting at that table there. He can read, write, and do sums as good as any scribe, and other things too. He keeps things in shape here a bit.
Thank you. I may well do that.
Who's that? Who's that?
I was told I could have a game or two here until Sir Erhard has time to see me.
Aye, he's got his hands full at the moment. You must be Sir Alphonse, eh? I'm Blaha, Sir Erhard's servant. I take care of things here a bit.
Including dice. It has come to my attention that there are interesting things being wagered.
True enough, we've got a fine pair of plate gauntlets, 2 necklaces, one of them's a lovely piece, a good sharp sword, and some other things, I don't remember what. The custom here is if you want to play, you've got to wager something to join.
Far be it from me to disrespect established custom.
Fucking weather, fucking tanks, fucking camp. I've had enough of this shit.
Thank you, sir. Good luck.
Thanks.
You want to play right away, or...?
Why wait? I'll play now.
No beating around the bush. That's the way. You'll play against Noggin now. He's not the brightest. He ain't a good loser.
Rivers of blood and a bloody flood.
I gotta piss.
So hungry I can eat my food.
sick head. Can't drink no more today. Can't drink no more today.
Killing, fighting, never losing, robbing, fucking, whoring, boozing. Take the women, burn the village. Drink, annihilate, and pillage. Burning, wrecking, making strife. How sweet it is, a robber's life. Any extra books? Just want to eat on it. Sleep. Fuck. We'll get new ones soon enough. I'll take them off the first idiot that crosses our path. If your luck is going to be a beggar month with no shoes at all, don't even say that. Seriously, I'd sooner go barefoot than fight you.
Someone sure ain't easy. Look. Camp life sure ain't easy. Fuck.
I've got a pick.
Film stinking everywhere. Should have stayed home.
So tired.
I'm so hungry I could eat my boots.
I want to rob him. Fucking boy.
Rivers of blood and the blood.
I've got a pick. I've got a fist.
What did you used to do before all this? You wouldn't... Well,
so tired.
I want to play dice. Who will be my opponent?
Maybe this time you'll fare better. You'll play Berta. He's a man, but they call him that for some reason. Damned if I know why.
I'll take him off the custody if it doesn't come back. It's not like he's going to be a friend of mine, with no shoes at all. Don't even say that. Seriously, I've seen us go barefoot and have to fight in these tough skins. I've got a pick. Yeah, I'm gonna get soaked. What else is there to do here? What else is there to do here? Fuck. I'm almost sober. I just want to eat and sleep. And fuck. Stop, like, sure ain't easy. Fuck. Killing, fighting, never losing, robbing, fucking, whores and boozing. Take the women, burn the village. Drink, annihilate and pillage. Burning, wrecking, making strife. How sweet it is, a robber's life. So, what else is it? Fucking sick head. I'll drink no more today. Fucking camp. I've had enough of this shit. Filth and stink everywhere. Should have stayed home. Fucking fool. used to do before all this? You wouldn't believe me. Well, I was a sentry at Ratai, but they paid chicken for me, so I joined up with this lot instead. You? Sentry? You're having me on. No, it's true. But now it's your turn. What did you do before? Well, I made candles for the monastery. What? You hear that, lad? He made candles so the monks could shove them up their arses.
I'm so tired.
Filth. Stink everywhere. Should have stayed home.
I'm so tired.
Rivers of blood and a bloody flood.
Doing for him, never losing, robbing, hooking, hares and squeezing. Well, take the wind, the village,
Rivers of blood and a bloody flood.
should have stayed home.
Filth and stink everywhere. Should have stayed home.
Sure ain't easy.
Fucking weather, fucking tents, fucking camp. I've had enough of this shit. Just wanna eat, sleep, fuck. I'm so hungry. Well, I was a sentry at Ratai, but they paid chicken, so I joined up with this lot instead. Sentry? You're having me on. No, it's true.
I'm so hungry, I could eat my food.
Well, I make candles for the monastery. What? You hear that, lad? He made candles so the monks could shove them up their arses. Yeah, I'm gonna get sucked. What else is there to do here?
Frozen stink everywhere. Should have stayed home. gonna get soaked. What else is there to do here?
What a shitty day. I need a good scrap to cheer me up. Fuck. Oh, fucking sick head. Can't drink no more today. Killing, fighting, never losing, robbing, fucking whores and boozing. Take the women, burn the village, drink enough rivers of blood and a bloody flood. Fuck, I'm almost sober. What a shitty day. I need a good scrap to cheer me up.
Filth and stink everywhere. Fuck. Should have stayed home.
I want to play dice.
Maybe this time you'll fare. You'll play against.
I'm so hungry.
You can go and see Sir Erhard.
What a shitty day. I need a good scrap to cheer me up.
extra boots? These are too small.
Sorry, I made them for booze yesterday. We'll get new ones soon enough.
I'll take them off the first idiot that crosses our path.
With your luck, it's going to be a beggar man with no shoes at all.
Don't even say that. Seriously, I'd sooner go barefoot than have to fight in these turd skins.
Killing, fighting, never losing, robbing, fucking, whores and boozing. Take the women, burn the village. Drink, annihilate and pillage. Burning, wrecking, making strife. How sweet it is, a robber's life. I'm almost sober again.
Fucking weather. Fucking tents. Fucking camp. I've had enough of this shit.
Killing, fighting, robbing, fucking whores and boozing. Take the women, annihilate and pillage. Burning, wrecking, making strife. How sweet it is, a robber's life.
The blessing of our Lord Jesus Christ upon you, Baron Belevets. I'm honored to make your acquaintance.
The pleasure is mine, sir. We haven't had any interesting visitors here for a long time, and I'm keen to hear what news you bring. And then there's the matter of our trade.
Indeed, we certainly have much to discuss, sir.
Good. And how was your journey, Sir Alphonse?
Long and somewhat fatiguing, truth be told.
Ah, would you rather put off our talks until later?
No. I shall be glad to deal with our business right away, but I'd rather tell you the latest news later.
Very well. If you wish to skip the pleasantries, let's get down to business. From what I've heard, you have some proposal for me that would involve departing from Vlashim?
Yes, essentially. We need to divert attention elsewhere. Closer to Prague.
Prague? But that's too far, and I don't know a single crossroads or hideout in those parts.
I beg your pardon, a slip of the tongue. I meant to say... to Slaney.
Slaney? But that's even further than Prague, and I don't know that area at all.
It's... to Benishov.
I know Benishov well. That could be done. And who are we to devote our attention to?
Merchant wagons.
Of course. How better to put the fear of God in the townsmen than to relieve them of their silver? Do you want us to conduct our business on any particular road?
The road to Slaney.
What, through Prague?
That's true, actually.
And what's in it for us? If terrorizing folk is what you want, there might not be much profit in it.
I can offer you 3,000 groschen.
You can't be serious, sir. That's little compensation for the risk.
Of course, I apologize. Would 6,000 groschen suit you?
That's not enough. Make...
Very well. You shall have 9,000 groschen.
And that's everything?
I can also offer you a safe hideout, if you should have need of it.
Well, it's always useful to have somewhere to lie low. Where is it?
In Benishoff.
I can't agree to that. You're asking too much and offering too little. Maybe it's because you're too tired after your journey. Best go and rest, and we'll talk again later.
True, that's probably best. Thank you, Sir Erhard.
Fucking sick head. Can't drink no more today. Fucking weather. Fucking tent. Fucking camp. Had enough of this shit. Oh, fucking sick head. Can't drink no more today. Killing, fighting, never losing, robbing, fucking lies, fucking please. Like it's the first time you got them. You must be used to itching by now. I'll never get used to this. Try washing yourself once in a while. You wash yourself. My granddad's brother drowned bathing in a pond. I'm not taking the risk. I only wash when it's raining. You must be chasing women away with a stick. I'm so hungry I could eat my food. It can smell a tree, man. Rivers of blood and a bloody. I'm so hungry I could eat my boots.
What's the matter, laddie? Need to shit?
I'm ready to begin with our negotiation.
From what I...
Yes, essentially. We need to divert attention elsewhere. To Benishoff.
I know Benishov well. And who are we...
Merchant Wag.
Of course. Do you want us to...
The road to Slaney.
What? Through Prague?
That's true, actually.
And what's in it for us? If
I should think 12,000 groschen is a reasonable reward.
Very reasonable. We can certainly agree on that. And that's everything?
That's all. I trust it's a satisfactory offer.
That's all acceptable. I agree then. Now we've settled our business, you can go and rest. We'll talk later when you feel up to it.
Thank you, Sir Erhard.
Fucking boring. I'm so tired.
Someplace
I'm gonna
sure
get
ain't
soaked.
easy.
What else is there
Fuck.
to do here?
I want to play dice. Who will be my opponent?
Maybe this time you'll fare better. Then there's Pekuna.
Burning, wrecking, making strife. How sweet it is a robber's life.
Stink everywhere. Should have stayed home.
I'm so hungry, I could eat my boots. Fucking lice. Fucking fleas.
Like it's the first time you got them. You must be used to itching by now.
I'll never get used to this.
Try washing yourself once in a while.
You wash yourself. My granddad's brother drowned bathing in a pond. I'm not taking the risk. I only wash when it's raining.
You must be chasing women away with a stick.
You bet. They can smell a true man. Yeah, I'm gonna get soaked. What else is there to do here?
I'm so hungry I could eat my boots.
Filth and stink everywhere. Should have stayed home.
So tired.
Filth and stink everywhere. Should have stayed home. What did you used to do before all this?
You wouldn't believe me.
I was a sentry at Rattay, but they paid chicken feed. So I joined up with this lot instead.
You? A sentry? You're having me on.
Nah, it's true. Tonight's your turn. What did you do before?
Well, I made candles for a monastery.
What? You hear that, lads? He made candles so the monks could shove them up their asses. No one to rob here. Fucking boring.
I gotta piss.
I gotta piss. Camp life sure ain't easy. Fuck.
Fucking lice, fucking fleas.
Like it's the first time you got them. You must be used to itching by now.
I'll never get used to this.
Try washing yourself once in a while.
You wash yourself. My granddad's brother drowned bathing in a pond. I'm not taking the risk. I only wash when it's raining.
You must be chasing women away with a stick.
You bet. They can smell a true man.
Why must he keep showing up here?
Fucking weather. Fucking tents. Fucking camp. I've had enough of this shit.
No one to rob here. Fucking boring.
Camp life sure ain't easy.
What a shitty day. I need a good scrap to cheer me up. What did you used to do before all this?
You wouldn't believe me.
I was a sentry at Rattay, but they paid chicken feed. So I joined up with this lot instead.
You? A sentry? You're having me on.
Nah, it's true. So now it's your turn. What did you do before?
Well, I made candles for a monastery.
What? You hear that, lads? He made candles so the monks could shove them up their asses. Rivers of blood and a bloody flood.
So tired.
What a shitty day. I need a good scrap to cheer me up.
What a shitty day. I need a good scrap to cheer me up.
Oh, fucking sick head. Can't drink no more today.
Filth and stink everywhere. Should have stayed
Yeah, I'm gonna get soaked. What else is there to do here?
You get any extra boots? These are too small.
Sorry, I traded them for booze yesterday. You'll get new ones soon enough.
I'll take them off the first idiot that crosses our path.
With your luck, it's gonna be a beggar monk with no shoes at all.
Don't even say that. Seriously, I'd sooner go barefoot than have to fight in these turd skins.
Congratulations. Fortune smiled on you today, eh?
Thanks. I was lucky, all right.
Here you are. You know where to find your winnings, right? But if I were you, I'd stay clear of Mladotta. You know what he's like, right?
I know, and I'll take your advice. I reckon I'll go to Sasau to celebrate. There's more to choose from there.
Good idea. Just don't drink it all away, eh?
What a shitty day. I need a good scrap to cheer me up.
Camp life sure ain't easy.
How did I do? Have I won?
No such luck, sir. Young Pakuna won. Sorry.
Oh well. There's no arguing with fortune. Thanks anyway.
Well, I never.
What a shitty day. Is someone... Fucking weather. Fucking tense.
What's he doing here?
Killing, fighting, never losing, robbing, fucking whores and boozing. Take the women, burn the village, drink, annihilate, and pillage. Burning, wrecking, making strife. How sweet it is, a robber's
Allow me
life.
to congratulate you on your win.
Thanks. I never thought I could do it.
I noticed there was one nice piece of jewellery. An old necklace.
Aye, a rare-looking gem. I'm curious how much I'll get for it.
Look here. Greed is one of the 7 deadly sins. You've got quite a haul of valuables already. Surely you won't miss one necklace.
What?
Well, you know how it is. You won't get much enjoyment out of your wealth with a pair of broken legs.
Weather,
Of course.
fucking tense,
Of course,
fucking
have it
camp.
and welcome.
I've had enough of this shit.
To cheer me up.
Greetings. What business?
I've got that necklace.
Excellent news. I'm not going to ask you how you did it. Here's a reward for you. Now you can carry on with your next task. I want you to sneak the jewelry into Carolina's trunk along with this letter.
Can't I just hand them to her?
You cannot. Under no circumstances must she find out who sent them. Otherwise, the whole secret admirer ploy is fucked. Oh, and by the way, Henry, watch out for the butcher. He keeps a very close eye on his daughter, and if he catches you sniffing around, well, may all the saints preserve you. Once you've delivered the things, wait a day, and then come back and see me. Good luck, then.
Good morning. God be with you.
Is something the matter? I'm honored that another... Good boy. What the... What are you doing here?
Get the hell out of here. There's nothing here for you.
The Lord be praised. What brings you to me?
I delivered the things as you asked.
I already know. My spies told me everything. She was wearing the necklace this morning, as I asked in the letter.
So you'll go to the rendezvous with her?
Certainly not. I'm not going to pounce on her like a bull in rutting season. Her feelings must be allowed to mature gradually. Meanwhile, you'll get a potion for me.
I thought you didn't believe in witches' brews.
This is no witch's brew. It's an absolutely tried and tested elixir called Musk of Infinite Allure. There's a fellow in Sasau who sells it, and he guarantees its success.
Musk of Infinite Allure? Sounds irresistible. All right, I'll try and get it for you.
I'm sure I can rely on you. Here's some coin for your costs. See you later.
Meat, mutton, veal, beef, and chicken.
On your face.
Huh.
Meat,
I know you.
cured and fresh.
I know
From
you
the
from
wood or
somewhere.
from the pen. It all tastes delicious.
Where do I know you from?
What?
Of course, my dream.
Carrots
You were in a boat made of bone, and I put a crown of thorns on your head.
Keep evil spirits at bay.
I've heard you know of some irresistibility potion or whatever it is.
Ah, naturally, Musk of Infinite Allure, an age-old recipe, maybe even older, tested by Moses himself.
Moses?
No need to be shy.
How do you think he managed to get his people to follow him through the desert for 40 years? It's extremely potent.
Yeah, so it would seem. How much do you want for it?
Who do you take me for? The wisdom of the ancients isn't something that's bought and sold in the marketplace. To Jesus charge for his miracles. But since you ask, how about this much?
Have it. Get it before it goes brown.
That's not much.
Salami,
Really?
lard,
All right,
all kinds
double
of
then.
scratchings to
What?
make your mouth
Why?
water
You-
more than the
Oh,
finest
why do I
cake.
even bother?
If you like,
Onions
I
that'll
can
even
mix
make
the
your
elixir
mouth
for
cry
you
like a
in
little
exchange
laugh.
for
Come
a
and guide
small
some.
favor. This is a matter that demands experience and knowledge of the philosophical arts that only a few possess. It's not a task I can trust to just
Come have a
anyone.
look.
But to
Don't
your
be
apprentice,
shy.
you can, right?
You'll never see
See,
such
you
fine
read my
things.
mind.
All right. Tell me about this dream of yours.
That dream.
Vegetables, fruit,
Yes,
apples,
that dream has
cucumbers,
come true.
onions. Come get them.
I dreamt that a young man
right
would
up.
become
It's
my
feast for your
apprentice,
eyes and your stomach.
my own
It's
pupil
hard to resist.
in the trade
You'll
of
not
miracles.
find better meat anywhere.
And that's supposed to be me.
Who else? What's your name, young man?
Henry.
Henry. A powerful name. So, Henry, are you ready to become my apprentice?
Garlic, carrots, beetroot, onions. All that grows in the
All right,
ground fresh.
I'll be your
Come
apprentice.
right up.
Wonderful! Oh, glorious day! I have a successor in my work.
So, how do you plan to start training me?
With a test of your practical skills.
Oh,
I have my eye on 3 rare objects of great value. But sadly, they're a little difficult to obtain.
but just so we're clear, I'm not stealing anything for you.
Who said anything about stealing?
You said these are valuable things you're after. I don't suppose you can just pick them up anywhere.
Valuable for me because I know their power and strength. For an ordinary mortal, they barely mean anything.
Oh, well, that's fine then.
First, I need a tooth of Saint Procopius. Then I'll need a branch from a topping out hung on a church. And finally, a talisman for luck from a passionate player.
Bloody hell, that's a lot. All right, one thing at a time.
Garlic, onions, mushrooms, and asparagus. Come right up. No need to be shy.
About that tooth, it's going to be slightly more complicated, isn't it?
I know. Yes, it would be very difficult to gain such a rare relic, of course. That's why I have an alternative solution.
I'm listening.
A layman named Procopius lives by the monastery, and it just so happens, thanks to my intricate medical knowledge, that I found out he has a sick tooth.
Spirits at bay.
How did you find out he has a sore tooth?
As it happens, he told me at the tavern. But that's not important.
Lovely cucumbers, asparagus and prunes.
And how am I supposed to get the tooth?
I haven't the faintest idea. You'll have to think of something.
Carrots,
But maybe you'll be able to persuade him to let the blacksmith pull.
Come right up.
Wouldn't that be swindling people?
It is, and it isn't. If I sell that tooth as the tooth of Saint Procopius, then it certainly is deceitful. But if I sell it as a tooth from Procopius of Sasau, then I'm cheating nobody.
Does it really matter whose tooth I bring then?
Of course it does. The name Procopius in this holy land is shrouded with mystical power.
Garlic, onions,
Sometimes I might play a trivial trick on
No need to be
someone,
shy.
but I assure you, I'm no swindler.
Fine, I'll get it from him.
Wonderful.
Cucumbers, lovely cucumbers, asparagus and prunes.
I'll get looking for those things then.
Excellent. You do that, my journeyman. Good luck.
If your husband is murdered, our sausages will be here. Come and get
About that
them.
recipe.
Yes, you want to buy it?
My respects to you.
It doesn't look good.
What? What are you talking about?
Your tooth. I bet it hurts a lot, doesn't it?
How do you know about that?
As a practitioner of the healing arts, I recognize the signs of a sick tooth. You have a bloated face, you're sweating, and the way you breathe is absolutely typical of the condition.
You're a physician?
Isn't that what I said? And if I can give you some advice, you should have it removed. There's a blacksmith down in the town.
No. There's no way I'm putting myself in the hands of that butcher.
I understand. But look here, I know about healing. I can go along with you and make sure everything goes as it should.
Not that I don't believe you, but let it be. It'll fix itself.
If you say so. About your tooth.
What's your problem?
It's clear as day to me. With your tooth in that state, you're just a bloated, ugly pig. It doesn't matter, though, because it won't change that stupid look on your face.
What? You little bastard. How dare you?
And you smell like a pile of horse manure, but it's the way your breath stinks that really makes me want to throw up.
Enough!
For a job?
Get before it goes brown.
Bloody tears of St.
Come and
James,
get it,
Madonna.
fine people. And pork crackling too. A joy to taste.
Good day to you.
About those other things you wanted from me.
Good men, good wives. Come have a look. To see such fine
This
things.
topping out, what's that?
You're not a carpenter, it seems.
No, I'm a blacksmith.
I see. Well, a topping out is a decorated spruce or a conifer tree hung on top of the roof of a new house to bring good fortune and God's blessing.
Sizes and flavors.
That topping off is hung pretty high, isn't it?
Naturally. It hangs on the rooftop according to tradition. And the church is tall.
And how am I supposed to get it down?
Damned if I know. But they had to get it up there somehow, didn't they?
If your cottage burnt down, our sausages will still
Oh.
taste good.
Then all we need to do is break off a branch somewhere, buy a few ribbons, and we've got our own homemade topping out right there.
You don't understand, young man. The topping out was sanctified by a priest, and it hangs on the highest church far and wide. You can't just replace it with a decorated branch.
Fair enough.
Pure
Very
and
well.
fresh.
I'll get it.
From the woods or from the pen. It all tastes delicious.
Cucumbers.
This
lovely
player's
cucumbers,
talisman. Where am I supposed to find it?
I actually have a specific one in mind. Here at the inn, there's a dice player who always has a cat's paw with him. That's supposed to bring him luck.
Salami, sausages, lard of all kinds, and scratchings that make your mouth water more than the finest cake.
Asparagus. They'll cut you in half.
A
and
cat's paw?
cucumbers that'll
I thought
cure
players bring
eggs.
along a rabbit's paw
Come
for
get
luck.
them.
I thought so too. But this man is winning one game after another, so cats are clearly even more powerful than rabbits.
Oh.
Veal, beef, and chicken.
Vegetables, fruit.
How am I supposed to get the talisman from him?
I haven't a clue. It won't be easy, but I'm sure you'll find a way.
Lean, fatty, marble,
We'll see.
meats of all kinds.
Cabbage. Cabbage. Green.
Very well.
cabbage.
I'll get you the
before
paw.
it goes brown.
Meat, mutton,
I'll get looking
veal,
for those
beef,
things then.
and chicken.
Excellent! You do that, my journeyman. Good luck.
Carrots that'll make you and your family happy.
May the
Onions
Lord
that'll
watch
make
over
you
you.
cry. And garlic that'll...
Good God! What happened to your clothes?
Good luck then.
I could do with a bite to eat.
God be with you.
You must be that lucky fellow everyone's talking about.
Lady Luck has been good to me lately, sure enough. But that can change quicker than you know.
People say that you get help from a lucky charm.
Is that not allowed?
No, it is. It just interests me, that's all.
Why?
Hand over that cat paw,
Or what?
or I'm going to start breaking some limbs, and they won't belong to a cat.
Jesus, are you insane? Take it for God's sake. Just don't hurt me.
Good lad.
May the Lord watch over you.
like it's going to be a good year for the apples. I reckon we're in for a decent harvest. I'm not so sure about the vegetables.
Well, my carrots and radishes are coming along nicely, but something's taken a fancy to some of my apple trees.
You don't... What's that thing? Fruitworm?
No, some kind of blight. The leaves are all gone yellow and eaten.
Find trees like that?
sausages will be here. Come and
Magical
get them.
ointments.
Come and buy
Protect.
some.
God be with you.
I went to look for those items you wanted.
Splendid, splendid. So show me what you've got, lad.
The tooth of layman Procopius, which definitely isn't holy.
It isn't. But then again, one day it could be. You never know what course a man's life might take.
I suppose not. But it wasn't easy to get, so if anyone's the miracle worker here, it's me.
Perhaps. But I heard he was the one who suffered like a martyr.
One cat paw for luck?
Marvelous. Let's just hope it brings us luck as well.
A branch from a blessed topping out.
Excellent. And how did you get it down?
I had to shoot it down.
Watch out for this man. He's a regular William Tell.
Well, there wasn't any other way.
So, you've got all that sorted out. And now, to the next matter.
So, about my reward.
Not so fast, young man. There's one more thing. It's rather complicated and delicate.
What thing?
A shroud.
A shroud?
Yes. A burial shroud of someone who passed away not too long ago.
I'm just supposed to take a dead person's clothes?
Christ, no. I need a burial shroud. The precious enveloping garment in which the deceased is buried.
And does it matter who I take it from?
It needs to be someone who lived an honest life. And I have just the fellow, a good man by the name of Lokota, who recently passed on.
Right. So where can I find him?
His family is waiting for the funeral. For now, he's lying in the small church in Sasa.
And who was this Lokota?
I know only a little, but according to the locals, he was an honorable man. You should certainly try to ask around.
Vegetables, fruit, apples,
Take care now.
cucumbers, onions.
Farewell.
I feel quite hungry.
What do you want here? Go and play your game somewhere else. Clear off before I have you thrown out. What are you doing here? Clear up. God be with you.
My condolences.
Thank you.
I've come to pay my last.
Have you? I've never seen you before.
I believe I'm your cousin. I knew your father from Kuttenberg, and
I knew it! You lying wretch! Don't let me see you here again. Farewell. Here! Yeah!
Jesus!
Never good enough for him.
Salt sprinkled with the bloody tears of St. James Madonna.
Onions that'll even make your man cry like a little lass. Come and buy some.
I have the.
Lord Almighty, be quiet. Not here. You don't want everyone to see it, do you? Wait for me at my
From the
place.
pen.
I
It
know
will
where someone else
taste
does.
delicious.
Rosemary.
The best thing for him. I heard from a traveling merchant.
Is someone there?
Who's there?
That sounded...
Hey! What have we here? It came from over here.
I have the shroud for you.
Have you now? Good work.
Yes, well, it wasn't easy.
I'm sure. That's also why God be with you.
That's where he lives. Let's teach him a lesson.
He's inside. I saw him go
Fuck!
in.
Henry, delay them. What? How? There's a reward for you in the trunk. I'll see you at the next go.
Break it down.
What are you doing here?
What's it to you? Do you want me to give you all a whipping?
You're a scoundrel for protecting that two-faced weasel, but I won't let myself get killed for a few groschen. Let's go.
Well, well, who have we here?
Ah, the prodigal son returns. I knew you'd come back to me one day.
Let me guess. You saw it in a dream?
I knew you were going to say that.
I had a dream of my own.
You too? So you learned something from me after all?
Yeah, it was just when I was getting pummeled by a mob of very irate villagers.
That unfortunate misunderstanding. What can you do?
Misunderstanding, yeah. I tried to explain that to them, but they were too busy kicking my arse to listen. So what is it you want from me now?
Ah, my dear apprentice, everything's gone to the devil. I'm living from hand to mouth, sleeping on straw, and the local peasants won't buy from me. They say they don't trust me, as if I were some kind of charlatan. Can you believe it? Does this look to you like the face of a swindler? I'm an honest trader in sacred goods, whose only concern is the welfare of troubled souls. And any time now the slanderous gossip will spread here from Sasau. I should leave before things get worse. But I can't go anywhere until I've made a bit of coin. So what's needed is to give the locals a bit of encouragement, to open their hearts and purses.
I'm not going to go around beating people for you.
What do you take me for? I wouldn't hurt a fly. Violence is for the dull-witted. We must gently demonstrate to them the necessity of buying my remedies. For example, to ward off a revenant.
Revenant? What revenant?
The dead, returned from the grave. A corpse that the soul is unable to depart from, which wanders among the living, filled with...
Yeah, I saw something like that.
Don't make light of such things.
Chop its head off and sprinkle holy water on it?
That is the traditional way of dealing with such supernatural manifestations. You are my trained apprentice, but the ignorant villager is entirely at a loss how to deal with such dark forces. It is our sacred duty to prepare them for such threats.
And how do you propose to do that?
Well, they're all doubting Thomases. They need proof. We'll need a grave, an empty grave that we can use. There's one along the way to Sasau, but it's got one minor shortcoming.
What's that?
Well, it's not entirely empty.
Not entirely? What does that mean?
You have to dig it up first.
But that's a sin.
Refusing to help the needy is also a sin. I haven't had a decent meal for 40 days and 40 nights.
My conscience is clear where your stomach is concerned. Disturbing a grave is a grave sin.
The grave is not in hallowed ground, so that's hardly worth one Lord's Prayer in penance. I asked a priest once, just out of curiosity.
Why this particular grave?
The locals don't like to talk about it, so it's surely got some sinister past behind it. And In places like that, revenants sprout up like mushrooms after rain.
Well, if that's how it is, we could open old wounds. That could easily set people against us. Again.
Then it would be best if no one could connect us to it, wouldn't it?
I'll need a spade then.
Yes, dig it up and remove the remains, leaving no trace.
And what am I to do with the remains?
Keep them. Human remains are always handy to have around.
Great. And how do we spread the word of this revenant?
There's a gossip in every village. Here, too, a woman who'll spread news quicker than a dozen messengers on the fastest steeds.
And what am I to tell this gossip?
All you have to do is casually mention the empty grave, and before evening, I'll wager the whole village will know about it.
Where does this woman live?
The last house on the left, on the road to Sasau. She was the first person I met here, and by the time I reached the village green, I already had a mob looking suspiciously at me. The rumor-mongering fishwife.
And that's all?
Not quite. You should ask her who was buried there. So we've got a story to work with.
So, dig up the grave, talk to the gossip.
And the remains. Don't forget to remove them. Otherwise, no one will believe in the Revenant.
I might have known any task for Capon would turn into some insane escapade. Grave robbing. Jesus. About that rest...
Yes.
Yes, I need it.
I
won't be drinking it, fortunately.
May the Lord watch over you. Salt sprinkled with the bloody tears of St. James Madonna.
Something you're looking for here?
God be with you, good wife.
Heavens no. It's quiet here, unlike some other places.
And what about that empty grave?
What empty grave would that be now?
The one beyond the village, alongside the road to Sasau. Just by the river, on the Pine Headland.
How would you know it's empty, unless it was dug up?
Oh, it's dug up, all right. Freshly. And empty. I saw it with my own 2 eyes.
Lord in heaven, what in the name of...
How come it's not in hallowed ground, anyway? Only unrepentant sinners are buried like that. Usually.
I don't like to say. It's an old wound that's best forgotten.
Whose grave is it?
Well, once a long time ago, there was a young charcoal burner living here with his wife. There was always a lot of charcoal burners here, but this fellow worked alone. That's not an easy job for one man.
No one wanted to work with him, or what?
He was a hard-headed fellow who always wanted to take care of his family himself.
Well, I can understand that. It's always better to work for yourself than break your back for someone else.
His wife was expecting, though no one knew it yet. And he wasn't doing well at all. Soon enough, they had nothing to eat. And so he took to thieving.
Well, thieving is wrong.
Aye, but when there's a child on the way and your wife hasn't the strength to get out of bed for the hunger, well, you ought to think differently.
And did he get caught?
Well, at first it was just a few eggs going missing from people's hen coops. But then it was anything that wasn't nailed down. And in the end, they caught him.
And I suppose he was harshly punished for it.
Even then, he didn't let on why he was doing it. They whipped the skin off his back and banished him from Leditchko.
So justice was done then?
It wasn't enough for some folk. When the butcher found out he'd never get any compensation, he wanted them to chop off the charcoal burner's hands. If the bailiff hadn't talked sense into him, he'd have done it himself with his cleaver.
Well, he got off lightly enough then.
And in the end, he got what was coming to him, and more.
The butcher caught up with him?
No. It was the mills of God turning slowly but surely. His wife bled to death in childbirth, and the child died with her.
I'm sorry to hear that. But at least he knew they were gone to a better place.
True, lad.
Nothing could have been done to save them.
There was no one there. He had no one who would care for his wife. They say on that day, he parted ways with God forever. And he turned his back on the village too. I reckon he never forgave himself. Nor us, either.
The Lord moves in mysterious ways. But how did he end up?
Don't ask me that, lad. I beg you.
Come now, good wife. You can't leave the story unfinished.
I said no. Will you let it lie?
Good health to you.
I know who was buried in that grave. A young charcoal burner.
So begins the tragic tale of the young charcoal burner who became entangled with the devil himself.
Oh, don't start. What devil? I'm trying to tell you. Ugh. He was from Ledechko. He was trying to eke out a living for himself and his wife, but he couldn't manage. When she fell pregnant, he took to stealing.
Pride drove him from the straight and narrow path, and soon he sold his soul to the devil to fill his stomach.
They caught him and punished him, but some of the people he'd robbed didn't think it was enough. Then when his wife died in childbirth, and the child too, he blamed everyone for it. Even God, apparently.
But when the time came to pay his debt to hell, the devil had no use for his soul, and took his wife and child instead. The charcoal burner cursed God, who struck him down in righteous vengeance. But the dead man's soul never left his body. He came back as a revenant to vent his rage at God and men and take vengeance on the living.
Jesus, did you listen to what I said at all?
Sorry, did you say something?
Oh, never mind. What do you want me to do with it?
Well, the question is, what would the revenant do to get revenge on the villagers? Well, apprentice?
He was stealing food from people, right? So, supposing he started again.
We should steal from people? Disgraceful. Have you no shame?
Maybe just a few eggs from hen coops, like the gossip mentioned.
Well, that wouldn't be too serious a sin. Will they put it down to the revenant, though?
They would, if I put some charcoal there instead.
And their nourishment he turned into ash.
The gossip mentioned the butcher. It seems he was in...
But...
What?
No.
They don't have a church there. But everyone will have a rosary.
That's it!
You want me to steal...
Or just exchange them.
For...
So...
Right.
May the Lord watch over you. My respects to you. Good luck to you.
I could do with a bite to eat.
Heavens, lad. You're looking bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. Last time I saw you, I thought you were ready for the priest.
I'm feeling as good as new.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. God be with you. May the Lord watch over you.
Could do with a bite to eat.
God bless you. What troubles you?
I got you that potion from the charlatan.
What charlatan? He's a man of learning who even cured the Pope of impotence. But thanks, Henry. I really appreciate your help. Once I drink this potion, every woman will faint at my feet. But I'm only interested in one. The fairest creature on God's green earth.
Yeah, the butcher's daughter, I know. And then what?
A rendezvous. She and I, under the cloak of night. And you shall be my herald of exalted words. You will hide and prompt me from a book of poetry.
I'll do what?
Here's a book of poems. I'll need a little time to get ready. Meanwhile, you can learn some poems off by heart. You'll prompt me.
Learn poetry? Me? That sounds... well, not exactly...
Stop wasting time and get to it. Come back to me in a couple of hours. I have to get dressed up and groomed, and it'll take a while before the potion takes effect. Take care.
you ready, Sir Hans?
Henry, something's gone wrong.
Open up. I'm not going to talk to the door.
That potion tasted rather odd, and now I have a feeling my face is broken out. How do I look?
You're imagining it, sir. You look as irresistible as ever, if not more.
But I feel as if I just fell face first into a nettle patch.
You're just a little flushed from the excitement. It'll pass.
If you're sure. So, what do you think? Can we go to the rendezvous?
Why wait? Carolina won't be able to resist you.
All right, then. Lead on, heart. And you, Henry, follow me.
Hey, Henry's come to see us.
Tell me, Henry, how many girls have you had in your life? If you've had any at all, that is.
Well, there's been a few, but I'm sure I can't compare with you.
Ha! Very true. One day, plays will be written about my amorous adventures.
Comedies or tragedies?
That might depend on how things go tonight. There's another very pretty girl living in this house here, but she's already got a suitor.
Since when has that ever bothered you?
Since the time her fellow threw me headfirst into a dung heap and kicked my arse for good measure.
It seems your future subjects don't hesitate to take a stick to you when it comes to minding the womenfolk.
I doubt he would have done it if he recognized me. I was, incognito.
For the love of God, I've followed this palace, and all I ask of you is a crust of bread, a groschen, whatever you can spare.
I've lost everything. My home, my family, my livelihood.
We're almost there. You'll hide behind a gravestone or in the bushes and don't budge from there. Otherwise you might scare her off. Hide, Henry. Time to get started.
How do you know it's her who will come out and not someone else?
She got the letter and necklace, didn't she? She knows that that is, her secret admirer is coming.
And what am I supposed to do?
What do you think, dolt? Prompt me from that book of poetry.
Who's there? I can't see you.
your most ardent admirer, fair maid.
Uh-huh. And do you have a name?
What's in a name? That which we call a rose by any other name would still be a flower, wouldn't it? Start. How?
What are you saying? I can't hear you.
Gentle night, why linger on? I yearn thus for my love so long. Without her words to still my breast, who shall set my soul to rest?
Gentle night, why linger on? I earned this from my love so long. Whip out your worthy silky breasts. Who shall suck my salty bits?
No!
Pity on me. A poor wretch. Sigismund and his murderers took everything I had.
And now my heart in sorrow dwells, from melancholic pining swells, since I, alas, was forced to part from the mistress of my heart.
I know my horses sort of well. Some alcohol from 9 to 12. Seems I always have whores apart from the mistress of my heart.
What on earth are you saying?
What's that hissing?
It's a feral goose here in the bushes.
Ah, Lord, let me not wait in vain. I long to see my love again. O gentle sir, be of good cheer. I shall not cling to another dear.
Landlord, let me not wait in vain. I long to sing and laugh again. O gentle sir, get off your chair. I shall not bring you another beer.
Jesus, Henry! What kind of yokel nonsense are you babbling?
Me? You're the one who's babbling.
You're an odd one. I've never heard such peculiar poetry in my life. Where on earth did you come up with it?
It's the latest fashion in France.
You've done enough harm. Better shut up and leave it to me.
How did you like it, dearest?
Ah, how tender you are. Father is coming! Hide!
If it's some dandy again, I'll gut him with my filleting knife.
I didn't hear anyone.
Did you hear what he said?
Oh, I have a bad feeling about this, Hans. I think we should...
Are you still there?
Still here, my love. How could I have apart from you?
Father's coming! He'll kill you!
He will not. Because it'll never cross his mind where I'll be. Henry, it's time for me to claim my prize. Whatever happens, cover my back.
There you are, you seducer! Now you'll see how a butcher protects his daughter's honor.
Buy me time.
You got some explaining to do, you bastard!
What are you after, you bastard sneaking around an honest citizen's house in the dark?
What's that got to do with you, peasant?
Plenty, seeing as how it's my house.
Here? Oh, I took you for some vagrant who was sleeping over there among the gravestones.
Enough of your horse shit. One more word, and I'll have you.
You really came.
How could I not, my dearest?
Not so fast, Prince Charming. But, since you're here...
Hey, what was that?
What was what?
That noise. I'm sure I heard a strange noise.
We're here in the cemetery. Maybe restless spirits, what do you reckon?
I'd swear it came from the window of my own house.
Well, what's that got to do with me?
Someone's been creeping around after my daughter. I come out, and I find you here. Quite a coincidence, eh? So, out with the truth.
You're quite mistaken. I've never laid eyes on your daughter, and if she looks anything like you, I'd rather keep it that way.
Why, you fucking...
Mon petit
There's a lace here. Untie it.
Don't try to make a fool of me. I heard it clearly. What was that?
I don't know what you heard, but I've wasted enough time listening to your nonsense.
Do you take me for a fool? I heard a man's voice beneath the window. And what he was saying was definitely meant for my daughter.
I heard it.
Ha! See? Enough of your horseshit. You'll get the hiding of your life. You're dead.
Boy, you!
God be with you, lad. What can I do for you?
How did it go with Carolina, Sans?
Henry, it was the most wonderful night of my life. She was completely entranced by my courting. I hardly had to touch her, and she melted in my arms. And then she took me to paradise. It was glorious. It was sublime. Thanks, in part, to you, my faithful henchman and messenger of love. You've earned your reward.
It was an honour, Sir Hans. When are you going to see her again?
Oh, I'm not going to see her again. All beautiful things must come to an end, and, after all, I am a nobleman, and she is the butcher's daughter.
Well, that's how it ends, with the love of your life. After the secret gifts, the letters, the intrigues, reciting poetry in the moonlight.
My eloquence was wasted on her, Henry. Imagine, the silly cow couldn't even read. She returned the letter to me unopened. Here's the letter, Henry. Read it. At least you're capable of appreciating my literary talent. Read and learn from a poet. Goodbye.